This is a special presentation of News Channel 5 this morning.
We are separated by an ocean. Two cities that share a passion for music and football. One, the cradle of rock. The other, the home of country. Over here, we cheer for every kick of our football stars, while you prefer yours to pass and catch. Now our two worlds collide, as your Titans leave behind the hot chicken and neon lights of Nashville for the fish and chips and majestic sights of London. 20 years after the NFL came to you, Music City's team finally comes to us. With a new coach, a new look, and a team that's overcome injuries and adversity to announce themselves as a contender. Today that team enters our grandest Coliseum, a place known as the home of football, welcoming the American version once again. It's time for an AFC showdown with the Chargers, as the Titans tackle London and look to introduce Tennessee to the world.
And now, News Channel 5 Sports presents the Titans Tackle London.
Built at a price of £780 million, or just north of $1 billion US, the new Wembley Stadium opened in 2007. Home to the English national team, today it's dressed up for the NFL as the Titans and Chargers meet in a key AFC matchup. Welcome to field level inside Wembley Stadium, where we're just about an hour away from kickoff of the Titans' first ever game outside the United States. I'm Steve Lehman. Thanks so much for joining us on this special presentation of News Channel 5 this morning. It's a key game for the Titans as they look to bounce back after consecutive losses. But this trip is also an opportunity for one of the NFL's overlooked franchises to step into the global consciousness, expanding the brand of the Titans and Tennessee in the process. It's a long trip over here, about an 8-hour flight from Nashville across the Atlantic, but many of the players said they actually slept well on the Thursday night flight. Once here, the team set up shop in Scion Park, practicing, believe it or not, on the lawn of the Duke of Northumberland's home. Unique preparation indeed, and now comes a game unlike anything they've ever played.
I've heard that it's going to be a mixed crowd. There's going to be jerseys, there's going to be all different colored jerseys in there, just people that are just excited to see us play.
The size of this city, the excitement of this city is supposed to be sold out. I think it's a great opportunity just to come over here and represent the National Football League and the Tennessee Titans.
Here it's going to be a blast just to be able to, again, to expand the game, to share what we love with another country.
I do understand the magnitude of, being in London and things like that, but at the end of the day, the field's going to be the same length. It's going to be the same guys regardless if we was in America or London. It's going to be the same football game.
Coming up this morning, see just how much American football is catching on here in the UK. Plus, here our exclusive interview with Titans controlling owner Amy Adams-Strunk and a full preview of this matchup as well. Some teams have come over here for an entire week in an effort to acclimate ahead of their London game, while others, like the Titans, have chosen to put in their entire game plan at home before making the voyage. It's the culmination of hundreds of hours and multiple trips over here to London to devise a game plan that gives the team the best chance to win today. The man behind that plan is GM John Robinson.
We tried to take the approach of keeping it as normal a routine for our players as possible, like every other road game. Instead of going over there for a week and trying to acclimate, try to keep the normal hours that our players have on a day in and day out basis.
2018 has been a huge year for the Tennessee Titans. First playoff win in 14 seasons. Now the world stage with the first ever international game for this franchise. As someone who grew up in the state of Tennessee, how much pride do you take in the strides this organization has taken on the world stage?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to Amy and her family. They've done a great job. It's extremely important to them to have the opportunity to go over to London and showcase this organization on an international level. It's pretty cool.
One of the things you deemed as best for the football team, even after a playoff appearance last year, was a coaching change from Mike Mularkey to Mike Vrabel. What did you believe then, and what have you seen now that makes you believe that was the right move for the team?
Coach Vrabel's done a great job of trying to ready the team on a week in and week out basis. His message has been clear and been consistent. He and his staff worked diligently to put a plan together that hopefully gives us a chance to go out and have more points than the other team. It's worked some weeks, and some weeks the plan, it just wasn't executed correctly for whatever reason, and we came up a little bit short. But at the end of the day, we reboot the next Monday because that's what the NFL is.
When you see the injuries and the adversity this team has gone through, How close is this to the team that you hoped it would be?
Well, I mean, every week's a different challenge, and I think it's a testament to the mental toughness of our football team and of our coaches. It's kind of the, everybody uses the next man up motto, and that's what we're trying to do. Whatever the adversity is, whether it's an 8-hour game or ever how long the game was in Miami, to going across and playing in London, whatever it takes to try to win the game, that's what we're trying to do.
Survival may be the word that in my head best describes what you guys have had to do through the first 7 weeks. How important can this bye week after this game be for your team and trying to get set for the second half?
Yeah, it'll be good for us to kind of take stock of where we're at, hopefully improving as we come down the last stretch of the season and playing our best football in December and hopefully getting a chance to get in the tournament.
A win against the Chargers means you would be 4-3 and in first place in the AFC South, despite everything that's happened up to this point. What would you say to that?
Well, I'd say we'd take it. I mean, we're going to try to come away with 4 wins when we're headed back to the States. We've got a good group of players that believe in what we're doing, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Robinson and the Titans need to fix the offense. The Titans have failed to score a touchdown in half of their 6 games, and their 14 points a game ranks 30th in the league. Here's John Burton on how they'll try to jumpstart things today.
Steve, Titans fans certainly hope the team packed their offense for this trip to London, because ever since that thrilling overtime win over the Eagles 3 weeks ago, the Titans' O has been MIA. In back-to-back losses to the Bills and Ravens, the Titans have managed just 12 points on 4 field goals. The two-tone blue were shut out at home last week against the Ravens, and Marcus Mariota was sacked a whopping 11 times. And the Titans admit the frustration has started to grow.
There's no hiding it. I mean, when you're not scoring touchdowns, especially the last couple of weeks, there is a sense of frustration.
It comes down to coaching it better, practicing it better, executing it better. And it's those guys that are out there on the field, it's those 11 working together to make the call work.
It hasn't been easy for the Titans' O all season. Star tight end Delaney Walker was lost for the year in the season opener, and their leading receiver the past 2 seasons, Rashard Matthews, left the team late last month. But the Titans still believe they can turn their offensive fortunes around with still over half a season left to play.
Though it may be just a thing here or there, that can, be the difference between 1 or 20 yards, you know what I mean? So, we just got to hone in on those little things, man.
We just got to trust in and believe in what we've been doing since day one and, just go out there and execute to the best of our abilities, be very detailed and, everybody just be where they're supposed to be, just focus on their job first, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Thanks, JB. Joined now by our analyst, Jonathan Hutton of Titans Radio. And Jonathan, it's pretty amazing the Titans are 3-3 considering they haven't scored a touchdown in half those games. What's the recipe to get the offense going today against the Chargers?
Well, it starts with the run game, and it needs to end with the run game today, Steve. They have to run it well against the smallest defensive front that they're going to face, at least at this point in the season for sure, maybe all year. And I think there's reason to have hope that they can really have some success on the edges of this defensive front when they try to establish Henry and Lewis.
Now, this is a Titans team that is in first place here in Week 7, but from riding high at 3-1 to back-to-back losses, is this a must-win all of a sudden?
I hesitate to say must-win because there are examples dating back to the Ravens in 2000, for instance, where they didn't look great going into Week 9 and then they win 11 in a row. So things happen in the league, but this is a turning point in the season for this Titans group, no doubt. Losing 2 straight, going into a bye week, an AFC opponent, it's as close to a must-win as you could possibly toe the line with right now.
The Titans 2-0 against the division, 0-3 against the rest of the AFC so far. Coming up as the Titans tackle London, Jonathan returns with more in-depth analysis, plus our exclusive chat with Titans controlling owner Amy Adams-Strunk on the changes she's made and the current direction of the franchise. But first, England's known for soccer, but see how American football is blitzing London next. Union Jack flying high atop Westminster Palace. Meanwhile, the NFL has planted its flag here, playing in London since 2007. The Titans and Chargers are one of 3 games on the schedule this season, following the Seahawks win last week and the Jaguars' annual Wembley game next Sunday. This will be the 23rd NFL game played here in London, and it remains a hot ticket. All 86,000 seats here at Wembley Stadium sold out almost instantly when the games were announced last spring. And with TV ratings now skyrocketing here in the UK, don't expect the NFL to turn its back on Her Majesty now.
We definitely want a London team, whether that's a new team or somebody who moves from the States, I think remains to be seen. I have no doubt the fan base is there, the stadium options that we now have are great.
England's doing more than just watching football. The London Blitz is one of 62 programs in the British American Football Association. The 5-time champions actually made it to 12 straight Brit Bowls before having their streak snapped last month. But the junior program won the title for the 6th time in 8 years. It has turned out enough college and even a few NFL prospects to make British youth start to consider American football as an option.
It shone a light in the tunnel, open doors. It showed that, just because we're from another country where it's not really popular, it doesn't mean that you can't follow your dreams, Anyone can do it if you put your mind and body to it.
So the sport is starting to catch on, but when you say football around here, usually it has a very different meaning, and the Titans will finally become the 28th of the 32 NFL teams to play here. So just what does the average Londoner know about the NFL, the Titans, or even Tennessee? We took to the streets to find out. When I say the word football, what first comes to your mind?
Right, English football, the worldwide game of football.
Germany, FC Bayern München.
When I say American football, what comes to mind?
Nothing.
People tackling each other and rough sports for sure.
NFL.
Any team in particular?
Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. Why the Detroit Lions?
Visited Detroit on a conference and went and saw a game there. We might watch it occasionally. I mean, we'd probably watch a Super Bowl for a bit.
Have you ever heard of the Tennessee Titans?
Never.
No.
No, not really.
What comes to your mind when you hear Nashville?
Whiskey?
Whiskey, okay, we can work with that. Music?
No.
Not at all?
I'm sorry.
Music? Yeah, country music.
Do you have a favorite artist?
Willie Nelson.
Still ahead on this special presentation of News Channel 5 this morning, what the Titans must do to return home with a win. But first, controlling owner Amy Adams Strunk on the NFL draft coming to Nashville and football's biggest party yet. Stay with us.